Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so another day, another stream. And welcome. So I hope you're having a great Tuesday. It's Tuesday today, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. So first of all, I want to say thank you to Spheric Formula for the follow. Thank you very much. And I'm thinking that we already we're at 52 followers, which is great. And also Twitch was being a little weird with the achievements, because like you have some achievements as a streamer, and yeah, basically just reach 10 followers, then 50, then 100, and also with like watch time and concurrent viewers, all of that. But okay, first let me check all of that. But yeah, audio is fine. But yeah, the thing is that I've hit 50 followers a couple streams ago, but Twitch seemed to only get that, like register that I have 50 followers yesterday, and when I reached 52. So I don't know, that's a bit weird. I have the follower goal, which is 60 right now, and like that follower goal is tracking the correct number of followers, because it says 52, but if I go into Twitch stats and like the achievements and all of that, it says like 50. So I don't know, it's really weird. But anyways, I'm really close to getting affiliates, so that will be great to get that, because that would mean I would be able to set some channel points, and also of course you will be able to subscribe to my Twitch channel, so I will get some income from my streams, which in the long term I would like to have some kind of income from my streams, from my content, I would say. I don't know if I'm going to create content like most of like the indie devs, YouTubers and all of that, because I'm not sure. I don't really feel like I can do tutorials and things like that. So I don't really know if I'm going to do that. I think I could get into making shorts, because I have some ideas for like really short videos, and that format is great. And the thing is, I need to have some time for doing that, because it's, of course, it's really time consuming to be producing like videos and also streaming and working on my game, and also I have my full-time job, and yeah, it's a lot of stuff that eats up all of my time. But yeah, I want to see where I can get. For now, the stream is great. I hope I get to grow an audience, and it's slowly happening. I think like I'm getting followers every now and then. Like the viewer count is like 2, 3, sometimes it's 4, some days it's like 5, 6. I never got past 10 viewers. I never even got past 6, I think. And on YouTube, the viewer count is always 0. I think I got like 1 viewer once. So yeah. Anyways, it's gonna get better. I think the number one thing I need to do is to try to stream for like longer periods and try to stream more frequently. So I think that's something important. For right now, I think the consistency I'm having, like I'm this is something I didn't have before. I'm really proud of this because it's been like 2 months. Today marks 2 months of my first stream of this new project. Well, not Voyager, but my streaming project, which is great because I've tried to stream many times before and never got like to be consistent and stream like on a schedule. And right now I don't have a fixed schedule, which is fine because I anyways try to stream at least 1 day a week. So what I try to do is stream Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Sometimes I can stream the 3 days, sometimes I can't. So then I stream 2 or 1 day. Last week I was traveling, so yeah, that was like a pause on the streaming, but now I'm back and I think I will be able to start getting some rhythm again with the streaming, and yeah. So, and for the time, well, it's a bit hard for me to be able to stream more than 2-3 hours at most because I don't really have much time. Like I said, I have like a full-time job and that eats up most of my day, and after that I start streaming, but I have other things to do, of course, so it's a bit hard, but I think we can get there at some point. For now, I think it's great like this, and I'm happy to be able to be consistent and to keep streaming every week. So yeah. Okay, so now back to, well, not back, but we're going to go straight into Voyager, to the project. So for the past, I think 2 or 3 streams, I was trying to improve my constellation algorithm. Like, I coded an algorithm for generating constellations, and it was fine, but I was having some issues. Let me show you really quick. So what would happen sometimes is, like, imagine all of these are connected, okay? So this is a constellation, okay? I'm doing this, whatever. So sometimes what would happen is, instead of having, for example, instead of having like this, we would have a connection that will look something like this, which would be connection from this star to this star, okay? So you can see the issue here, which is that the connection goes through this one, which is bad, because we are seeing the constellation in a 2D plane. Like, there's no like another dimension. We cannot like rotate the constellation. So maybe if we rotate, this star is like more like here and this one is like here, and then the connection will look like it's not really on top of this star. But since this is a 2D plane and 2D game, this is not like possible. This should not happen, and that was happening. So for that, I was trying a couple different things. First, I tried using the dot product for like testing. First, for example, I have this a really simple example where this connection. So first I create this connection, and then I check from this star all of the connections that are possible with all of the other stars, and check the dot product between this line, like this vector, and all of the other ones. And there's like a threshold if it's like this angle I'm trying to check. So you can see in this case this is really narrow, like it's too close. So in this scenario I would basically not do this connection, but instead do this one and then a new one from here to here. Okay, so that was one of the things I tried to do, but didn't work. So then I did something. Hey Lou, how you doing? So what I tried, what I did now is basically check the distance from any star into this segment. Okay, so this is a segment which is point A to point B. It's a vector basically, and I would basically check the distance from all of the other stars into this into this segment. Of course, there can be some cases where the star is outside the I can't find the word, but you can see here it's like outside the range of the segment. Okay, so in this case this didn't even, we don't even check the distance here. We say it's touching the segment. No, it's not, it's like below the segment, so we don't even bother with this. But for all of this you can see there's like a set distance. Okay, and for this one you can see that the distance is too close, so I've set like a threshold where I say, okay, so if the distance is less than the threshold, then we basically say, okay, then this connection is not possible, we just discard it. We are basically adding all of the possible connections to a list, and then we are basically going through all of those connections and checking again if there's any star that's too close to the segment, to the connection, and then we basically remove it. So for that I basically did this algorithm, which basically does all of the calculations for checking the distance, and also if the point is inside the segment. And yeah, so that worked pretty well. And right now we have this. So this is finally working. Let me show you. So I can show you like this. Like I can press this and it's not going to have any weird connections again. So that's awesome. You can see this one is like a star. So the good thing about this algorithm is that we have like a lot of variety for the generation of the shape of the constellation basically. So you can see some of them are closed, some of them are not closed but with interesting shapes. So these are linear basically. Well, I don't know much about like astrophysics or like constellation theory, but like the terminology, maybe they have some kind of names. I would like to read some stuff about that because it's interesting. Of course I really like astronomy and astrophysics, and all of that is really interesting, and I would like to of course read stuff about that and learn but yeah, right now I'm just trying to develop my game. So yeah, but yeah, you can see. So in this case, that's really cool because this one has 3 connections. It's like it branches from here, but then continues there. So some of them are completely linear. Look at this one; it's like an hourglass. It's really interesting. It's awesome. So you can also see. Oh yeah. So one thing. Let me show you. For example, the 7-star are really interesting. So they have like really interesting shapes. This one is really crazy. So yeah, and every time I press, I will get like a new constellation. So there's 2 things I'm thinking right now. Well, one of them I'm thinking right now, and the other one is something that I noticed when I tried checking the 3-star constellations. So let me show you really quick. You can see already what's the issue with this. So you can see like the issue with this algorithm with 3 stars is that like we never get like a closed shape constellation. So we never get like a third connection here to close the constellation, which like it's fine. For now it's completely fine. We can try to do that in the future, like improve the algorithm and all of that, of course, but right now this is totally fine. I don't think I need to go back and try to improve that and all of like I don't think it's worth it right now. I want to just move on from this and move to the next thing, which is I will show you in a minute in Figma. You can see like in the 4-star constellation, it's like some of them get like closed shapes, like this, for example. We get like a closed shape and then one here, which is really interesting. Well, okay, I'm now like seeing a problem here, which is that 1 star is disconnected. Okay, so that didn't happen before. Like I did not get that issue before. So like what I can do is of course I can improve this to, after I get all of the connections, then I go and check all of the stars and see if there's a connection for every star. So that's important. All of the stars should have like a minimum of 1 connection. Like they're, well, like this gives me an opportunity to say, for example, if there's like a disconnected star, like then I just pressed again and okay, let me see if I can get another one. Maybe if I go like 7, maybe more likely to happen. I don't know. I really don't know. So I really like the shapes and everything. Like it's really interesting. But yeah, so sometimes what can happen is that we get a disconnected star. Let me see if I can get, well, anyways, it doesn't matter. This one is really fun too. So let's say we get like, let's say we have a constellation like this, okay? So this connected, this and this, but this one is not connected, okay? So what we can do, let me check something. Okay, So what we can do with this opens up like an opportunity to say, okay, so then, for example, this constellation has like a ghost path, or like a broken connection, or maybe you have to create the connection somehow. Like I'm thinking about those ideas for something you can do in the game, or you have to do in the game. But like I think that's totally possible with constellations that already have connections. So instead of trying to get one that doesn't get a connection like this, well, we can just grab one that is connected, but then, for example, we grab this star which only has one connection, which is this one, and then say, okay, so let's make this connection broken or something like that, and then to travel here. So this is really interesting because, for example, you can go like around all of this, from this star here, and they go here and then back here. So that's really easy. Let's say, for example, you can go more easily between those stars, but to go to that star, which has like a path, like a corrupted path or something like that, you need some kind of special fuel, or I don't know. We can think about something for that in the future. We can also like write down the idea for that. So yeah, I can go into Figma right now, and I can go into ideas and references, and then I can go into other mechanics, universe, constellations. Okay. So we're going to basically remove this one because so let's just leave that there as an idea. That's great. And then we can go back to planning, and then we can see. So this is everything that's already done. And now the next thing we have to do is basically create a class for coordinates. So constellations have, well, in reality, everything should have a coordinate in the universe, but for now the only thing that I defined that will have coordinates that you have to find basically are the constellations. So basically in order to travel into a new constellation, you have to find the coordinates of the location. Okay, so I will be making like a really generic, well, not generic, but I'm thinking like I would like to use coordinates for other things too. So like basically in your ship you can input some coordinates, and then you will travel to that place, to that location. So the coordinates could be for a new constellation, for another planet, for another star, which like for example, for another planet it doesn't make much sense, because like when you're inside a planetary system, you already are like in the surrounded by the planets there, and I did not define how you can go from planet to planet inside a planetary system, but yeah. And then to go to another star, like you have to be in the constellation where that star is, and also that star, the star that you are in, has to be connected to the star you want to go to, or otherwise you will have to basically so this is what I'm saying basically. This is why I think it's well, I can show you here. So this is why I think having coordinates for planets and stars doesn't make sense. So for planets I already explained, but for stars, let's say you're in this one, okay? So why would you need a coordinate for a star when all you need is to know which constellation the star is in, so you can go into that constellation and then go to the star? The way you go into, like, you travel to another star is basically by the constellation connections themselves. So in this case, if you're here and you need to go here, you have to go first there to this star and then to this other star, okay? So yeah, right now I don't really I can't really find a use case for having stars or planets have coordinates. So yeah, for right now, what we're gonna do is just make the coordinates for constellations, but the class is going to be, of course, really modular, so it can be used for other things, but we basically need to define what a coordinate has. So let's go into definition. Universe, because like the coordinates are something that's something that is intrinsic of the universe, okay? So the universe is like the space, the environment where you can use coordinates. But what am I doing here? Okay, so it's the namespace. Maybe I can just use like a different namespace for the universe, like for the coordinates, sorry. Let me see what I can do with this. So game data, universe definitions. So I have this constellation, star, starfield, universe. I think, okay, planet definitions. I think that universe should have another folder. Okay, so universe definitions. Okay, then I can move this here. I should make a folder for each one of these, so I will do that right now. Constellation definitions. Then, okay. Compile. Star definitions, and then star field definitions. So a star field is something that's inside the universe. Well, everything is inside the universe, but it's something that's I think yeah, I'm just going to move this into universe definitions. Okay, then constellation, I'm going to go here. Okay, maybe even constellation can even go into universe too, I think. Yeah, I think so. Well, in this case, like everything can go under universe definitions, but like I think, for example, in the case of the star, well, I don't know. I'm having trouble like defining the structure. I think. Also, I'm having this. This is like, I don't know what the issue is with this. We'll have to fix that. Anyways, star definitions. Let's do this for now. This is not going to be something. Okay, so then and then constellation goes in star in universe definitions. So these are just folders. I like to structure everything the same way I structure like the classes and all of that. So in the case of planet, we have planet, planet sprite, sky, solar cycle, terrain. So then we have star, and then we will have some other definitions for star for things that are relevant to the stars. Okay, so for example, star, I don't know. I cannot think about something right now, but anyways, so let's go here in universe and let's create a new definition, which is going to be definition coordinate. Okay. So is coordinate supposed to be okay, so I will just, no, this is too long. Let me just grab this one. Okay, it's too long, but anyways, I will just copy all of this and put it in definition coordinate. So is coordinate supposed to be like plural? So like coordinates instead of coordinates? Is this like coordinate or coordinates? I will use, just for the sake of simplicity, I will use singular. Okay, for this, because then if I want to refer as like plural coordinates, like let's say the player has a list of coordinates, then I need to, it's just a naming convention, I think, going to be useful. So so yeah, let's use this and current start UID, YUD, UID. So I will just delete all of this. It's not going to be useful. Okay. And let me think, like coordinates are, yeah, maybe coordinates are not something I need to define, because like all of the definitions I'm creating are basically things that need to be procedurally created, which, well, in this case, the coordinates for basically anything need to be created randomly, I think. Yeah, I think they are. So okay, I'm thinking. I did not think about how the coordinates are going to be like. So are the coordinates numbers or letters or symbols? So for example, in No Man's Sky you have the glyphs. So but that's like useful, like not useful, that's because in No Man's Sky you have portals, and portals can be used, like you go into the portal and you like enter a combination of glyphs, and that combination basically gives you the location. Like you can go, you enter like a combination of glyphs, which would be like a coordinate, and then you enter the portal and you can go into a specific location. So in this case, like glyphs, I don't know if glyphs make any sense. What I'm thinking is that maybe, like I'm thinking how I would like to format the coordinates. So I could do, I'm thinking of doing something like, so first let me just remove this because it's really annoying. So yeah, and then I remove this, okay, and then I remove this, and that's it, okay? Okay. So, I could use the unique ID of this because this class, Voyager.properties, has a UID. I could use that, but the UID is like a really complex, like, what's the word? Code. So I'm thinking like I would like to create something like let's do, for example, public string. We could save this as a string, which would be really useful to be able to read it easily. So coordinate code, let's say. Okay, so I'm thinking of something like, for example, like this, which is, yeah, with this is like, it feels like it's time. And like I don't want to use just like a really long number like this, because it's like it's really hard to read. Like I already don't know what this is. It's really hard to read, and I want something that's easy to read and to say, okay, let's say for example we can use letters and numbers. So we could use, I like this format, like having 2 2 2 2, so that's going to be 8. Okay, we could do like this too. We could also do that. We could also use like slashes like this. So let's see. Let's see how I want to use this. So one thing that's interesting is that I could like, this is an opportunity to introduce like some kind of original like symbol system. Which could be really fun to do. I think it could be fun to say, for example, we have some kind of defined symbols. So yeah, let's create like a new Leonardo document for this. So let's say we have I'm going to save this into here, Voyager coordinate system. So we could have something like this, which is just doing this. This is one of the formats. Let me just grab my tablet because I'm it's going to be easier like this, of course. So like this. Okay, so we can say this is one format. Okay, so this is fun, which is like if you only use numbers. Okay. Let's say this is going to be right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by this. So this, yeah, it's a really big number, which I think this is going to be like enough. So this is like almost by just using numbers, but we have like 9 numbers. So nine symbols for numbers. So by only using numbers, we get this amount of like variants. Okay, so but I don't think I want to use only numbers. That's the thing. I don't want to use only numbers. So yeah, so I'm thinking like I could use one option is to use this is going to be like we could use okay, so let's do this, and we can say this could use numbers This could be numbers plus letters. Okay. We could use only letters. And we can also use unique symbols. Okay, so what I think feels more like a coordinate, of course, is just numbers, because it's like, well, if you think about coordinates in like the Earth, you're going to be using latitude and longitude. Like, I don't know how to pronounce that. Let me see how this is pronounced.
Latitude and longitude.
Okay. You heard it. Okay. So latitude and longitude. So that's what you use as a coordinate system in our planet in real life. So those are numbers basically. So I think those are like numbers that go from the equator to the poles, and then from the Greenwich meridian. I don't know if that's the name in English. Anyways, what feels more like a coordinates, of course, is only numbers. If you say, for example, like this, and like this. Sorry. So this is a coordinate, which is fine. And like, this is really readable. I like this format because it's easy to read. It's like 45, 96, 27. It's like really easy to read. We could also do this, like 3 and 3, but this feels like a token you get when you're like signing in and you get that code in your phone. So that's another thing. And then we have the option to use letters, which is interesting because we could say, for example, we could say letter and letter, for example, FZ, then a number, and then another letter, so ZO. That's another thing we can do. Then another thing we can do is the other way around, so FY. Okay, this could be fun too. This is fine. We could also say letter number, which is like yeah, this can get a bit confusing. So I think what I really like is this option. Yeah, I really like this, like being simple. So let's calculate. So first I have to count. I have to define like which letters are going to be used for this. So let's say, for example, we use A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, yeah, so this is not helping. So let's say A, B. Yeah, this is not going to work. Okay. Let me just open up the notepad and do this here. And I can just copy them. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so this is basically this is basically 25, which is great. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Which is great. It's like a round number. So let's say we have I didn't want to open that. Let's open the calculator and let's say we have 99 multiplied by 25 by 25. Okay, so yeah, the thing is, how am I going to treat this? So is it going to be like this is going to be one number, or is it going to be one number then another number, then one letter then another letter? Because like that's going to define how many possibilities we get. So if I say, let's do it like one at a time. So 9 by 9 multiplied by 25 multiplied by 25 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 9. So this is only 4 million, which is like, it's not a small number, but for the scale of this game it is a small number. So yeah, the idea is to be able to like, let's say 25 by 25, which is going to be 625, which is this, okay? So 625, so it's going to be 99 multiplied by 625 multiplied by 99 again, which is much more, but it's still a really small number. Oh wait, but this is not the real oh yeah, I think this is. Let's use ChatGPT for this. I'm really bad at maths. So let's just go here and say yeah, I'm going to ask let's see what ChatGPT says about this. I never did something like this, which is it's fun, I think, but I need to use like some kind of okay, this is going to take a little while. So yeah, but I think I'm correct, because like here there's like 9 possibilities, then 9 here, then 25 here, 25 here, then 9, and then 9 here. So let's see. So yeah, I think that's oh yeah, it's not 9, it's 10. I'm so dumb. So 100 by this is this. Okay, yeah. So my calculations were correct. Because like I first did this, I said 99 by 625 by 99, which is not correct, because from 0 to 9 there's 10 numbers, which is 10 by 10 by 25 by 25 by 10 by 10. Okay, so this is the amount of possible coordinates I could have in one universe. Okay, so like there's no way, like yeah, I think there can be like a scenario where some crazy person can start like searching for coordinates like crazy and get to this number, but like what happens if I add, let's say, another like this, another like, yeah, if I do something like this, AA, then AA, and 0, 0, okay? So let's see what happens here. This would be 10 by 10 by 25 by 25 by 25 by 25 by 10 by 10. Okay, so then this is a much bigger number. Okay, and I want to see which are like the possibilities here. I want to just debug like this, what happens with this. Okay, so let's do the code for this and see which like variations we get. So yeah, let's go. We can just use this one, this gizmo testing thing. I can also close all of this because I'm not going to use any of that right now. For coordinate, I am going to use, so coordinate code, and the coordinate code is going to be defined by fragments, which are 4 fragments. Like this is why I wanted to like separate the different parts of this, because I wanted to use different fragments. Give me one moment. I'm back. Okay. So what I was going to say was basically that that yeah, so back to the coordinate thing. So the thing with this is that in the game, the way you get the coordinates, I'm thinking that you can like sort of scan the constellation. You can scan the constellation and you get like a fragment of it. And when you get like all of the fragments, then you get, of course, the complete coordinate, and then you can use that to travel. You input that in your ship, in your starship, and then you can go into that location. Okay, so that's why I want to have this separated like this, and I would like to have the coordinates be like composed of 3 fragments, but because like it's going to be well, I don't know. I like this. Like this format is readable, and you understand quickly. Like, oh, okay. So there are 4 parts of the coordinate, and also maybe the coordinates can have some information about the system or something like that. Well, not the system, but the constellation itself. So that could be something interesting. For now, I don't want to be like doing everything like using placeholders for everything, but I'm kind of in like a prototyping phase for all of these ideas, so I don't want to go too deep into something before testing if that's something fun. So yeah, instead of doing this, I'm going to say complete coordinate, okay? And then I will have fragment 1. So yeah, I will have the 4 fragments of the coordinates, and basically the complete coordinate is going to be composed of the 4 fragments, logically. So I'm going to say fragment 1, then a slash. Okay, let's just copy this. Then it's going to be 4, 3, 2. Okay. So yeah, but this is not supposed to be here. Okay. And also, well, this can go here, I guess. But when we create a new coordinate, we can create a complete coordinate. So in this case, we can basically set like let's do this. I'm going to say string generate fragment, okay, and then I'm going to return So I think I need to define enum here, or I can define it in the table. So I would need like a table for the coordinates, I guess. Let's do and then here so string, why can I do this? Why is this not working? Const field requires a value to be provided. Okay. And where's the... So what's the... Oh yeah, I'm so dumb. So this should be like this, and then what's... Is this like the issue? I'm not sure. What's happening here? Introduce constant. Nope. Encapsulate. What's this? The expression being assigned to must be constant. So this is not a constant? I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening. So let's try doing this. So this is also not a constant. Maybe I don't know how to define an array. That's my problem. I have no idea. Maybe like this. What's happening with this? If I do this, okay, so that works. Why is this not working? Maybe I just need to say string. So is a string not a constant? So this is a constant. So maybe I need to do this. Yeah, I'm going to just say ABCD. Okay, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's perfect. And now, those are basically the symbols we have, and this is going to be named letters, letter symbols. And we're also going to say, yeah, we have to define const string number symbols. It is going to be, okay. Okay. And then I also need to define an enum. Yeah, do I need to define it here or here? I think here is going to be symbol type, okay, and this is going to be number or letter, okay, and then here we're going to say symbol type. Okay. And why am I doing this? I don't need to do this at all. I don't really need to do this because all I need to, well, no, yeah, I do need to do this, yeah, because basically, oh yeah, I need to also say empty. Switch, yeah, that's symbol type, and then we're going to say symbol type with empty, return this. Okay, then we're going to say this and this. Yeah, in reality what I want to do is say default, return this, and then for this number we're going to say let's say 00AA. So in the case of a number, we're going to return a lemur tables dot coordinate dot number symbols, and then we're going to return lemur dot next int between 0 and this dot length. Okay, so yeah, I just can't do that. So oh yeah, f is going to be this, and then I'm going to return f, and then I don't need to do this. Okay, and then I also don't need to do this. I don't need to do this. I'm a bit slow on my coding today, so that's fine anyways. So instead of returning, I'm going to say string p1 is going to be this. Okay, no, char is going to be that. Okay, and then p2 is also going to be another one of this. Okay, that's fine. And then f is going to be p1 plus p2. Okay, I can't do that. How can I do this? So maybe I need to do string.concat p1 p2. Yeah, that's what I need to do. So what? Okay, let's just do this. And then I also am going to do this. Okay, So here, instead of using number symbols, I'm going to use letter symbols, okay? So here, we replace that, okay? And what this is going to give us is basically one of these things. And then, so in this case, you have to say fragment 1 is going to be a generate fragment of type. First we have numbers, okay? I'm going to do this like this, letter, okay? So it's 2, 3, and 4, okay? Now we can define this, okay? So, this is one way of generating a random this is for creating a random complete coordinate. Then we have create a random coordinate with a set number of fragments. So for this, we're going to have another constructor that is basically going to yeah, so for this one, I think for this one, I think I can use like a boolean for f1, bool f2. I think I should use fragment. Yeah, I should use the word fragment because f1, f2 is what I use to name the frontiers, which is something I'm going to be like implementing in the future. But for now, so now we're going to say fragment this. Okay, if not, then empty. Okay. So we need some symbol to represent empty, I think. So we could use, but this is going to reduce the number. So let's say we use let's say for empty we use 0, 0 and also 0, 0. Okay, but yeah, I don't think so. You know what, we could use this for empty. So yeah, we're going to leave this like that, and for empty I'm going to say this. Okay, so yeah, I think that can work. Okay, so it's going to be 2, 3, 4. Okay, with defined fragments. Okay, okay, so I also think fragments should be its own class, but for now let's just use this as is, because yeah, because like when you get a fragment, okay, yeah, I'm going to create the class right now because I think it's going to be useful. So yeah, let's say classes. So let's say okay, and in this case this is going to be just a code. So instead of using this, I'm going to say code. Okay, so here generate fragment I think should be something that's something from this, okay, and this enum should be something that lives outside of this, and I should do public fragment, and this should receive a lemur, okay, and this also should receive a lemur. So to do the calculations basically, which is like this, and then I'm going to rename this like this, okay, and then but also I need to receive this too. So yeah, maybe this generate fragment doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like this, but it's going to receive the same this. Okay, that's great. So yeah, that's perfect. So here, instead of doing this, I need to say new fragment and say lemur like this. Okay, so this is what I need to do here. Yeah, and I also need to, I think, do this, but maybe this is not needed. Yeah, this is fine like this. Okay, this looked really repetitive, and it's probably this is not a really good practice, but I don't care right now. So yeah, this is fine because like you can get a fragment when you observe a constellation, you get a fragment. So then the fragment gets generated. But yeah, I'm thinking that when you, yeah, what I'm thinking right now is this. Let me just close this and also close this. So when you observe a constellation, okay, so let's say this is the constellation. Well, like this. So this is your constellation, you're observing it through the telescope, okay? So when you observe it, I didn't think about this yet, but you are going to extract somehow the coordinate, but not the complete coordinate. You're going to get the fragment, okay? So when you get one fragment, like this is the thing, the constellation is going to have a defined coordinate already. Okay, so every constellation has a defined coordinate. So this doesn't make any sense. Okay. So yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Because like what I want to do is basically discover the fragments. You're basically discovering, or that's what you're doing when you're observing. You have the coordinate like this. Okay, this is your coordinate, and when you are observing, you're getting one of the fragments. Okay, so when you discover the fragment, and okay, yeah, I discovered the fragment, which is fragment number 3, which is FA. Okay, so you discover this, but this coordinate is already defined. The thing is, you don't know what the coordinate is until you discover all of the fragments. Okay, so basically what I need to do is the fragment is going to have this discovered. Okay, so if the fragment is not discovered yet, so if the fragment is discovered, then you know the code, but if it's not discovered, then you have to find that fragment by analyzing the constellation through the telescope. Okay, that's the idea. So if you try to input the coordinate into the starship to travel, will not be able, because not all of the fragments are discovered. So that's the thing. Okay, so one thing we need to do is coordinate discovered, and then we're going to do okay, yeah, so we don't have to do this. We have to do fragment 1 the discovered, and we're going to do this with all of the fragments. Okay, so if any of the fragments are not discovered, I will not create an array of this, because this is not going to be something big. So yeah, I want to have this way, and I also want to do this, which is going to be like much easier to read. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and so let me think for a minute. So when we create this, okay, we do this, that's perfect. But there we could have like yeah, we should not this should not be a thing. Okay, so if we do this then also this is not fine. Okay, and yeah, this is going to be like this. Okay, perfect. So great. Then we can also do this and say, and when we say, okay, so the code of the fragment is defined, so we define this, but also we are going to show something depending on if it's discovered or not. So we are going to define this here, public const string, and this is going to be on this covered fragment, going to be this. Okay, so here, instead of doing this, okay, we're going to do this and then this. Okay, now I'm going to rename this to all of this. Okay, so we can basically define which fragments are discovered. Okay, so in this case, when you create a coordinate like this, create a completely discovered random coordinate. Okay, so this is going to create a coordinate complete and discovered, and that's it. Okay, then we are going to define fragments, and this define for set coordinates. Okay, this is going to also define the fragments and set coordinate. Okay, so do we want to create like the coordinates yeah, with defined fragments, and then we are going to have another one, okay, another one of this maybe, which is going to be create a random coordinate with random undiscovered fragment. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that let me think about this, because like I want to be able to just generate a coordinate, and that the coordinate decides which of the no, I know what I want to do. Define fragments. Okay, so it's not defined, it's discovered. Okay, so we basically first define how many, well, we already have the number. So based on that, we're going to say we're going to create a list what's the easiest way to do this? So yeah, like I want to just create, this is what the constellation is going to do. The constellation is going to decide how many fragments are discovered on the coordinate. So how many fragments then you need to discover for the constellation. Okay, so in this case, let's say we have 3 discovered fragments or 1, then we have to for this we need to basically define a random of the 4, a random fragment to be discovered. So I'm thinking like maybe I could do, well, let's just create a list of fragment, okay, or we can list of int, and it's going to be f let me just think about this for a moment. Do I do this with indices or I think I should do this. Okay, let's do a for loop. Okay, it's going to be discovered fragments, and then for each of this, it's going to pick a random number. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. So numbers is going to be a new list, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Why can't I do this? Can only use a right initializer expression to assign to a right type. Try using a new expression instead. New? Okay, this is what I need to do. So now I'm going to pick one number from here Okay. And I think I need to have two lists. Oh man, how what's an easy way of doing this? So numbers. I pick one number, one random number. Yeah, I think I need to create another list. Well, not a list, but an array, I think. Yep. Okay. This is going to be 4. Okay. And then here, picked I is going to be a random. Well, let's use the next int between 0 and numbers length count, let's say. And here I'm going to remove numbers remove. Yeah. It's going to be this index. Now I remove at index. Okay. So I'm basically picking a random of this list and removing it. Okay. And then I need to okay, so can I use yeah, I can use that. So I need to create well, I don't need to create anything. I just need to say picked contains picked contains one, and that's it. I don't know why it's basically 2, 3, and 4. Okay, yeah, that's what I need, I think. So basically, we're going to say this is discovered if picked has chosen a number, like the corresponding number. Okay, so that's basically the idea. Okay. So yeah, I think that's it. So if I go here, okay, and then I could just leave this for now. Let's now just create a new let's use yeah, let's say coordinate dot properties C. Okay, and then C is going to be a new coordinate properties. Sorry. So yeah, coordinate properties. And then I have 3 possible things. So first, let's just test this, and we're going to, yeah, I can even I can serialize this. To see what's there. Okay, so let's go here, and we should see now a new every time we should see... What? What the hell? Okay, yeah. So I'm basically setting the name, so this is code. And like, I should, yeah. Yeah, what I should do here is basically have a function which returns get code, and this is going to return discovered code, but if this is not discovered, undiscovered. Okay, so that's what we needed. And here, instead of saying this, we're going to say get code. Okay, so that's what we needed here, 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 and here, and also here, 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 and also here, 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 and here. Okay. I also think I should have some kind of like I should have this. Because it's I'm going to use this in multiple constructors. Okay, so yeah, now this should be much better. Let's see. So, like this. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So we have a new coordinate now every time I do this, basically. So in this case, all of the fragments are discovered. But what if I go here and say I only want one, or let's say 3 fragments to be to be discovered. So in this case, what should happen is that only one of the fragments is going to be not discovered. Okay, yeah, that's working. So you can see in this case the first fragment is not discovered, the last one. Okay, yeah, let's try with 2, only 2 discovered. Okay, so in this case 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. This is amazing. Yeah, this is working. I hope you're seeing this on stream. Let me see. Yeah, I think you are seeing this. Yeah. So, yeah. This is great. Amazing. Okay, so that's great. So now, also if I say, oh yeah, so I should, yeah, I should basically yeah, I should do like yeah, I should do this, which is min fragments and max fragments. And I'm going to use yeah. Between tables, coordinate min and max. Okay, that's perfect. So yeah, that's amazing. That's great. So yeah, now I can basically say just one discovered, and oh yeah. This should not be between min. This should be between 0 and max, because there can be coordinates that are not discovered at all. So I think that should be something like this. Let's call it D for now, and we can, oh yeah, I have to pass this as a parameter here. So yeah, that's great. This is working, and I think with this we're going to have a completed stream. So let's check this. Okay, only one discovered. Let's say 0. Okay, 0 discovered. Perfect. 1. Okay, there's only 1, 2. Perfect. 3. Perfect. And then 4. All of them discovered. That's amazing. That's amazing. So yeah, basically we now have the coordinate class defined. This is what we did today. And I can just remove this because I'm not using any of that. Yeah, I don't know where all of this comes from, but anyways. So that's great. We have the coordinate class defined. So now we can come here and say in the basic constellation properties, we also have a coordinate. So now we can go here and say public coordinate the properties constellation. Well, it's going to be coordinate, and that's it. I think the coordinates should be the first thing we see. So when we define stars count, prepare all grid positions, I think I should create define coordinates. So now coordinate is going to be new coordinate properties. We pass in the lemur, and we also need to say and it's a bool if we have a discovered coordinate, and basically we are going to receive this as a bool here. Okay, and now lemur, and this is going to be discovered coordinates. This is okay. It's going to be tables.coordinates.max fragments. But if it's not, we're going to use um, um, so I don't think I should be doing this. I think it's going to be like this. Okay. It's going to be that. Why is it not working? Okay. So discover fragments. And then here I can go and say or, okay. But oh yeah, true. Okay. And then here back to the coordinate, the constellation thing, I'm going to say define, and we're going to pass in that value, and stars count. So I think this should also go here, I think. And I should be defining the coordinates here. Okay. And in this case, if it's not a discovered coordinate, then discovered fragment is going to be a new and a random int, okay, between 0 and max fragments, okay, and then yeah, that's it. So I maybe, what's the issue here? So yeah, this is one issue, and then I have other 3 issues. Okay, so what's the problem here? Basic constellation properties. Yeah, maybe this is by default. This can be false. Yeah, I think by default this could be false. Yeah. And that solves everything, basically. So when we are not defining the stars count, when we are defining this, we also define if the coordinate is discovered or not. But if we are just creating like a procedural constellation, we can basically okay, yeah, assign connections between stars. Okay, so yeah, that's something I should do too. But for now, we have this, which is basically a constellation property, which has so what happens if we do this, for example? Then a completely random constellation is going to be created with a random coordinate, with a random definition of whether okay, what's the problem here? Probability curve. So what's null? What's null here? Why is this null? Let's do this. Okay. I don't understand. 128. Yeah, I think my head is fried at this point to solve this. Why is this working if I say this and this? Does this work if I do this? Yeah, it does work. Man, I don't know what's going on here. Oh yeah, because I'm using an instance here. I can't define this like I should basically hit play and see what happens there. So let's just do this. Go here. And oh yeah, so also I need to serialize this so I can see all of the properties. Okay. And I'm going to disable this. I'm going to hit play. And here I'm going to define new constellations all the time. So this is basically generating random constellations. So you can see most of the time we get a 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 is the most common. Sometimes we get a 3, sometimes we get a 7, but the probability distribution is really different. So in this case, I don't want to see this, I want to see the coordinate. So in this case, you can see, oh, that's great. That's great. So some of the constellations have like the coordinates completely undiscovered, and then some of them has like a couple fragments. That's perfect. That's perfect. So, like I said, we can also use a probability distribution curve for defining. Where's this? This. So instead of saying it's completely random how many fragments are hidden, basically, we could use like a probability curve for that too, to say, for example, like there's more chance that you can find a constellation that only has one coordinate discovered. But for now, this is fine. You're going to get from 1, like from 3 to 0, or maybe from 1 to 4 undiscovered fragments, which will make you basically have to explore even more and more to discover the other fragments. Okay, so yeah, that's great. I think that's perfect. And now we can basically say, let's do this, which I did before. This is awful. So let's do this. Okay. So yeah, this is what we did. We basically defined this, which is going to be basically now yeah, I should just remove this and do this. We basically ended up saying, okay, it's going to have 4 and numbers and letters. And yeah, this is basically what we have. We have done today, and I think that's going to be the stream. So thank you very much for watching. I'm not sure, let me just push this fork before I do anything else, but basically Okay, yeah, I think I need to close this before doing this. So, yeah, today's stream was also 2 hours. It's like the average time, the average length of my streams lately. Sometimes I can go for longer streams. I think the most common will be on the weekends. If I stream like on Saturday, on Sunday, I can go for longer streams. But if it's like on weekdays, then I have to stream for about 2 hours or so. But yeah, this was great either way, because we got to implement the coordinates, and yeah, so I forgot what I was going to say, but anyways, I'm not sure when I will be able to stream again. Maybe. So yeah, my plan, my schedule is supposed to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. But today is Tuesday. It's an uncommon day for me to stream. But I think from next week and onwards, I'm going to be able to stream on my regular schedule, I think. But this week, I'm not sure when I will be able to stream again. Maybe on Thursday or Friday, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I can't say. So yeah, we will have to see when we meet again. So updates, implement, coordinate class. Okay, this is perfect. And with that, we can basically end up the stream right here. This is also already done, so I can go here and mark it as done. And with that, we have a complete stream. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.